little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I am the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al.
No one knows just how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong.
Maybe it's because wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way they are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think people were big and bad too.
But the whole big bad thing is all wrong.
The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar.
Way back in once upon a time, our friend the wolf was making a birthday cake for his dear granny.
He had a terrible sneezing cold. He had ran out of sugar.
So he walked down the street to ask his neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now this neighbor was a pig.
And he wasn't too bright either.
He had built his whole house out of straw.
Can you believe it? Who in his right mind would build a house of straw? So of course, the minute the wolf knocked on the door, it fell right in. And he didn't want to just walk into someone else's house.
So he called,
Little pig, are you in?
Hi Wolf, I'm here, but I don't have time for you because my fan show is about to start. So leave and don't bother me.
Wait, little pig. I ran out of sugar for making my granny's birthday cake. So can you please lend me some?
Even if I had a cup of sugar, you would be the last person I will lend it to, you stupid wolf.
Mr. Pig, if you please, just could.
no answer.
He was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for his dear old granny's birthday cake.
That's when his nose started to itch.
She felt the sneeze coming on.
Then he huffed and he snuffed.
And
Achoo!
a great sneeze.
And you know what? The whole damn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail.
It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw. So the wolf ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there.
He was feeling a little better, but he still didn't have his cup of sugar. So he went to the next neighbor's house.
This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter but not much. He had built his house of sticks.
He rang the bell on the stick house.
Nobody answered. He called, Mr. Pig, are you in?
He yelled back.
Go away wolf, you can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin.
Mr. Pig, if you please, just could.
Don't bother me wolf, I have more important work to do than stand and talk to you.
He had grabbed the doorknob when he felt another sneeze coming on.
He huffed and he snuffed and he tried to cover his mouth, but he sneezed a great sneeze.
And you are not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's.
When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now you know, food will spoil if you leave it out in the open.
So the wolf did the only thing there was to do. He had the dinner again. Think of it as a second helping.
He was getting awfully full, but his cold was feeling a little better.
And he still didn't have that cup of sugar for his dear old granny's birthday cake.
So the wolf went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house of bricks.
The wolf knocked on the brick house. No answer.
Mr. Pig, are you in?
And do you know what did that rude little poker answered? Get out of here, wolf. Don't bother me again.
Talk about impolite.
He probably had a whole snack full of sugar.
And they wouldn't give the wolf even one little cup for his dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig!
The wolf was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when he felt his cold
dinner.